Hi guys, this is Tommie Earl Jenkins and welcome back to another installment of Joy to the Word. Today I will be reading two speeches from two video games. One is Gears of War 2 and the other is Fallout 3. Now I'm sure that this will resonate with some of you gamers out there who are watching, and I hope that you enjoy my take on these two iconic speeches by some great VO actors. Charles Cioffi, who plays Chairman Prescott in Gears of War 2, and Ron Perlman, who narrates War Never Changes from the opening speech in Fallout 3. Now, just a little bit about Gears of War 2, according to Wikipedia. It is a third-person shooter game developed by Epic Games and published by Microsoft Game Studios for the Xbox 360. It is the second installment of the Gears of War series, with a lead designed by Cliff Bleszinski. The game was released in North America, Europe, and Australia on November 7th, 2008, and was released in Japan on July 30th, 2009. On its release weekend, Gears of War 2 sold over 2 million copies, and within 2 months of release had sold 4 million copies. It was the 7th best-selling video game of 2009. Now, this is a speech that happens at the very beginning by Chairman Prescott, which motivates his people to take one final stand against the locust as their final hope, or all of life will diminish until the human race is completely eradicated and the genocidal aliens take over. So this is Prescott's speech at the beginning of Gears of War 2. Humans are no strangers to war. After all, we've been fighting for as long as we can remember. War is all we know. In the past, we fought for emotion. We fought for country. We fought for freedom. But all that changed after E-Day. For 15 years, we have been fighting for our very survival against inhuman genocidal monsters. But it is a fight we cannot continue. Humanity faces extinction unless we end this war now. We had hoped the light mass bombing would decimate the locust horde, but they survived and have returned stronger than ever. They brought with them a force that can sink entire cities. Even Jacinto, our last beacon of hope through all these dark days, is now at risk. Soon we'll have nothing left to defend, and that means we have only one option: attack. Gears, what I ask of you now is not an easy thing, but it is necessary. If we are to survive, if we are to live long enough to see seasons pass, our children grow, and experience a time of peace that we have never known, we must now take this fight to the locust. We will go to where they live, where they breed, and we will destroy them. This is the day we take the battle to the heart of the enemy. This is the day that we correct the course of human history. This is the day we ensure our survival as a species. Soldiers of the cog, my fellow Gears, go forth and bring back the hope of humanity. Great speech, great speech. The next one for Fallout 3. For those who are not aware, Fallout 3 is a post-apocalyptic action role-playing open-world video game developed by Bethesda Game Studios and published by Bethesda Softworks. The game is set within a post-apocalyptic open-world environment that encompasses a scaled region consisting of the ruins of Washington, D.C., and much of the countryside to the north and west of it, referred to as the Capital Wasteland. Now, it takes place within Fallout's usual setting of a world that deviated into an alternate timeline thanks to atomic age technology, which eventually led to its devastation by a nuclear apocalypse in the year 2077, referred to as the Great War. So this is War War Never Changes from Fallout 3. Since the dawn of humankind, when our ancestors first discovered the killing power of rock and bone, blood has been spilled in the name of everything, from God to justice to simple psychotic rage. In the year 2077, after millennia of armed conflict, the destructive nature of man could sustain itself no longer. The world was plunged into an abyss of nuclear fire and radiation. But it was not, as some had predicted, the end of the world. Instead, the apocalypse was simply the prologue to another bloody chapter of human history. For man had succeeded in destroying the world. But war never changes. In the early days, thousands were spared the horrors of the Holocaust by taking refuge in enormous underground shelters known as vaults. But when they emerged, they had only the hell of the wastes to greet them. All except those in Vault 101. For on that fateful day when fire rained from the sky, the giant steel door of Vault 101 slid closed and never reopened. It was here you were born. It is here you will die. Because in Vault 101, no one ever enters and no one ever leaves. So that was the opening speech, War Never Changes, from Fallout 3. Now, if you've enjoyed listening and watching, please leave a comment below and hit subscribe. And I will see you again next time on the next installment of Joy to the Word. Until then, stay strong and go get those blessings.